Bror Fredrik coming at you with another episode of Hey Bror Fredrik. On today's episode, I am going to discuss my picks for the 3 worst casinos in Las Vegas to play slot machines. On a previous video, which I'll link in a card right now and in the description below, and at the end of the video, I discussed my 3 top picks with some honorable mentions of the best places to play slot machines in Las Vegas. This list is purely my own opinion. Yours might vary, but it is based on a lot of experience. So again, it's a follow-up video. There might be a little butt hurt going on, but I have to bring you the truth at all times. Also, this video might be updated in the future. This is currently early 2021. If things change, I will definitely produce a new video. But as of this time, this list is accurate according to my own experiences. And we'll get into it right after this. Welcome back, and for those of you new to the channel, again, my name's Bror Fredrik, local Las Vegas-based photographer, videographer, cinematographer, and part-time philosopher. And today I'm going to discuss my least favorite top 3 with unhonorable mention places to play slots in Las Vegas and why. And it's a quite dreary, overcast day. It actually snowed in Las Vegas today, and it's been raining most of the day, so it's kind of apropos for this video. Now, my criteria for picking these places, whether good or bad, are not simply based on the performance or quote-unquote how loose the machines are in general, although that plays a major factor. I go into experience. How is the experience in the casino besides the slot play? And we'll discuss that as well. So, my number 1 on the list of my least favorite recommendations or places to play slots in Las Vegas, and this has taken place for a long time. It's almost always been this way. And again, it might surprise some people, but here we go. The number 1 worst place to play slot machines in Las Vegas by far is Caesar's Palace. I love Caesar's Palace. Shout out Caesar's Palace. I love the property. I love the table games. I like just about everything about Caesar's Palace, except since as far back as I can remember coming to this town and living in this town, they have had by far the tightest slot machines in all of the Las Vegas Strip. And again, this is a Las Vegas Strip video. I'll do a separate one for local casinos. The reason being, again, very, very tight machines. There always seems to be a black cloud hanging over the machines at Caesar's Palace. They don't perform well. They're low percentage compared to other machines. Now, on top of that, what I find now, not in the table game section, but in the slot machine areas, the service is not good at all. Besides having all your money gobbled up really, really quick by these machines, regardless of the type of machine, I've never had luck, and most people have not, but you will die of thirst trying to get a drink out of Caesar's. They have the least amount of people in the floor, and in my opinion, they're also the least attentive on the floor, unless you're playing table games. The variety of games in there is good, but like I said, they are, in my opinion, low percentage machines. I have done well. There's been a time, if you look back at one of the community posts, I hit a Buffalo machine for about $1,000, but if that got back 10% of the money I've given them over the years, I'd be lucky. But the machines there do not pay well at all, and the service, as far as cocktail service at the machines, is very, very lacking. So they top the list in terms of my bad experiences, and probably your bad experiences too. Not saying you cannot win there, but from an experience point of view, they are at the bottom, the absolute bottom of my list. Moving on to number 2, Treasure Island. Treasure Island is right up there with Caesar's Palace in terms of tight machines and poor service. I wouldn't say poor service, but sparse service. There's not a lot of cocktail waitresses in that place to handle the amount of people that are in there. You can go into some of these areas and not see a cocktail waitress for an hour or two. I've been in there on Saturday nights and not even gotten a drink, to the point where I had to go complain to a manager, who in turn had to give me a business card with his name on it to go get a drink at the bar. That's how bad Treasure Island is. Now, the machines are tight AF in that place. Abso-freaking-lutely tight. But here's the other thing. They also have a lot of knockoff type off-brand machines. Like, we're all familiar with Dragon Links. They'll have a machine called River Dragons, a total knockoff of it, but it's not the machine we're all familiar with. Instead of the Buffalo, they'll have the Bison machine, and they do that throughout the casino. I don't know where they got those machines, and I've seen them elsewhere too. There's other casinos that are getting on board with the off-brand machines too, but that place is packed with them. Now, the casino itself, I've given a thumbs up, I've given a thumbs down. It's been improving as a whole, but still, those machines are tight AF, and again, you will have a problem getting drinks in that place. Not that that's a make or break, but it's about the experience. These places should be providing you a positive experience if you're gonna slip your money into a freaking machine. You get what I'm saying, right? So it's about experience. And if I'm having a negative experience because I'm looking over my shoulder for a cocktail waitress that never comes, I'm asking security, I'm asking, anyone on the floor, hey, do you see a cocktail waitress? That's a bad experience. I want to be served when I go to these places. Caesar's Palace especially, I'd like to be served because it's such a high-end property, but they just don't have the people on the floor to provide service. Almost like the machines are an afterthought. They just rack in the money. Hey, I'm at Caesar's Palace, I'm gonna blow a few $100, and it's the same thing with Treasure Island. It's just not a good overall experience, so I have to give them a thumbs down. Now, the third, it's actually a tie for third, and they are Flamingo, Link, and Harrah's, the 3 neighboring properties. That is a tie for third. Those properties, by far, they might have a little better service than the first 2 properties, Caesar's Palace and Treasure Island. Maybe slightly better service, but again, they have the knockoff off-brand machines throughout the entire property, and the service there, mediocre at best, but the machines again are tight. And that again is a product of those 3 properties being on the lower end of the spectrum, perhaps. This is just a thought that I have, theory perhaps, but they are on the lower end of things. So now you're paying $29 for a room, in some cases $10, $19 for a room at any 3 of these places. And in turn, it goes back to my captive audience theory. They have a captive audience of people who went there on a budget, who are probably going to stay within those 3 properties, and the machines are set tight. The expectation of winning there is extremely low. Again, table games are table games, but the machines themselves do not pay, and they will not pay. Of course, someone will argue, I won over there. Of course you did. Someone has to win in order to even out the odds for the gaming commission, but you stand a better chance in almost any other property than those 3 sisters there. Now, you'll notice a commonality too. 4 of the properties that are in the list that I'm making are Caesars Entertainment properties. And the honorable mention, I'm going to give the unhonorable mention right now to, I didn't want to call it number 4, but it's an unhonorable mention, is Planet Hollywood, which is also a Caesars Entertainment property. Now, those machines are very, very tight. Those are perhaps tighter than Caesars. Now, why did I not put them first on the list? Because the overall property, the entertainment value that's provided there is a little above par. I actually enjoy being there. I had a couple of negative experiences when they first opened, but overall, they just have great service. So they smile at you while they're hosing you on the machines. And they do have a lot of off-brand machines too. And the other reason all these properties make this list is because they, for the most part, are not the easiest ones to find the machines that actually do pay, because there are some scattered throughout these machines, but they do not prescribe to a specific layout theory, as I do have in my video how to pick out the best slot machines in Las Vegas, and I'll drop a card right now for that. So it's very difficult to find these machines in these places. So it's hunter peck, and that's the way they like it. That's the way they want it. I'm not saying don't play at these properties, but again, that's up to you. If you enjoy playing there, if those are your joints, then absolutely go for it. They are not mine. These are the places where I've had the most negative experiences, the least amount of payback, the most amount of waiting for drinks. So again, the list is Caesars Palace, Treasure Island, the trifecta of Link, Flamingo, and Harrah's, and the unhonorable mention of Planet Hollywood. Now, what about the other places in between my top three and my bottom three? I would consider them average, and I also have a rating system. Again, I do have a video on that too. I put out a couple of days ago, so you might want to check that out in the playlist. But your experiences may definitely vary, but these are mine. So word to the wise, they come from experience. If anything changes, if these properties do improve, now Caesars has been like this for probably 2 decades that I've been going there. I still go there. I absolutely enjoy the property. I love the property. Again, shout out Caesars Palace. But if I'm looking to play slot machines, I'm looking to get in some buffalo, there's no way I'm going to be playing at Caesars Palace. I might go there to play craps. I might go there to eat. I might go there to the sports book. But I am not, under any circumstances, going there to play slot machines, and that applies to all these other properties. Do I never go into them because of their tight-ass machines and their lack of cocktail service? Of course I go to them, but not for the purpose of playing slot machines. Go elsewhere. That is my recommendation for you. So I'm about to drop the 9% word of the day right up here. Bam! Drop that word in the comments and let me know that you stuck around to the very end of this video, and it tells YouTube and it tells me that you did, and that helps the channel grow, which I appreciate very much. There's many ways to support the channel. If you're enjoying my content, you can have a Patreon membership, you can have a channel membership. You can click on any of the links down below and check out my images on Fine Art America / Bror Fredrik. Again, link in the description. So I want to thank you for coming along for this ride up and down the rainy Las Vegas Strip. I'm going to dip in here right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go play some machines live. So if you want to see that happen, make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and especially hit that bell button to get notified when I go live again. And that's going to take place actually in 25 minutes if I get there on time. So again, I thank you. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.